Hi, I'm Joe Partridge. I'm a filmmaker and photographer from Birmingham, England.
And hi, I'm James. I moved to India a few months ago to set up Hidden Football. I'm here trying to uncover the story behind the game here, the culture and the passion for the sport. Living life. So when I first came to India, I expected it to be nothing but cricket. Having seen it internationally, the IPL and everything, sort of the stereotype is that it's just cricket fans and that's all. So I was pleasantly surprised when I first came to India. In Mumbai, there's a huge passion for the European clubs. People are big fans of United, Barcelona, Chelsea, but really there was more of an emerging scene for the smaller Indian teams, the local clubs, the ISL, which seems to be starting to develop and progress now. But having come to Calcutta, I think there's clearly a really strong history and a passion for the game here, and everything we've seen so far has backed that up and validated it. It's been a football mad city quite clearly, and to be here for the derby yesterday was greater than I even could have imagined. So very positive first experience of the Calcutta football scene.
Yeah, definitely. I found coming to the derby in Calcutta particularly interesting as a photographer because there was so much colour there, so much kind of visual energy out there. Like, the fans were so passionate, massive banners, smoke bombs, all that kind of stuff. I just thought it was really cool that there was kind of this footballing culture expressed in such a positive, passionate way, which, to be honest, wasn't something I was expecting to see in India. So that was really, really cool. And if I'm being perfectly honest, probably overshadows the kind of fan culture we have in the UK now. I think with the Premier League being what it is, it's great to have that quality of football, but the fan scene is kind of something that's maybe dwindling a little bit. So it was amazing to come to India and see fans who just clearly really love football, love their communities, and love their clubs.
Yeah, big comparison to Mumbai, where although there is a growing fan culture for the local teams, there'd be maybe a few thousand people at the games. The club colours aren't really visible around the city. You don't really see that kind of giant love and passion for the game. But here it seems completely unavoidable. I think the derby yesterday, it was clear that it's massive passion for people. It's clearly the sort of number one priority sport-wise. So yeah, it was a real surprise, actually, a pleasant surprise yesterday to see how crazy it was on the day of the derby.
I think for me the thing that really struck me was the tifo. I think that was I've never been up close to one of those, never been in a crowd that had one over it, and I just think the amount of hard work and love and dedication that got into making that, making a statement about East Bengal and about how much the fans love the club, I think was incredible. I think it's just a real demonstration of how much the fans kind of commit to the derby and how much it means to them, which was great to see.
And for me, I think the thing that will stay with me was the build-up to the game. Although the stadium was crazy, the football was amazing, those 2 or 3 hours leading up to the match, whether it was the trucks full of people along the road with all the Mohun Bagan or East Bengal colours flying, whether it was the processions through the streets, the chanting, the banners, the whole city seemed to kind of come to a halt for 2 or 3 hours while everyone flocked towards Salt Lake. So just to see a whole sort of square miles of space, a whole city go that crazy, will stay with me for a long time. Felt like a really kind of dreamy, trippy experience, but yeah, really positive one.
I think seeing fans like breathing fire, like, that was crazy. I've never seen that before. Usually I think in the UK and in Europe, when you get fan culture like that, when people are so passionate and they're doing crazy stuff and they've got pyros on, you expect there to be violence and a negative side attached to that. And I think what was amazing to see was that didn't seem to be the case. I think the East Bengal fans have really hit this great balance where they can be passionate, expressive fans without having to resort to violence and clashes with police and stuff, which is really cool to see. I think that's really refreshing as a European football fan to see that done right and done well here. That's really, really cool.
And for me, I think to see when the goal went in and the red card happened towards the end, to see hundreds of Bengal fans running towards the huge cage, climbing kind of 5-10 foot, jumping over the top, running towards the players in the pitch. In the UK, occasionally someone might hop over the advertising board, but to get like hundreds of people so crazy and passionate, kind of, storming towards the pitch, that was a pretty crazy sight.
Yeah.
And I think everything you saw on the streets in the build-up, whether it was the face painting, the flags flying, groups of people kind of hugging and chanting and singing. Again, you get that to a small extent in the UK, but to see whole communities of people going crazy almost all afternoon. I've never seen anything like that at any game I've ever been to, so definitely a unique experience in Calcutta for sure.
I also thought that it was really interesting how young the crowd was. I think quite often football can be associated with maybe a slightly older audience who can afford tickets. I thought it was really cool to see lots of young people, and especially lots of young women as well. I think it's great that they're getting involved in football and showing their love as fans. I think that's a really cool feature. Cool. Sure. I think what I've realised is the Calcutta Derby is a date that should be in every football fan's calendar. I think it's an amazing example of Asian football being done so well. So yeah, any football fan around the world should come to Calcutta and see the Derby, definitely.
I think, yeah, similarly. I think choose your colours wisely. If you decide on the day to come and watch the Derby, whether it's East Bengal or Mohun Bagan, choose wisely, get around the town, meet people, get out and about. I think we were inspired yesterday by the sort of welcoming attitude, by the smiling faces, by the whole sort of community of people welcoming us as, you know, strangers in for the day. So I'd say, yeah, get it in your diaries, get yourself to Calcutta and see a kind of football crazy city on its best day of the year for sure.